Hey, yo, it's me, Pops Fan Marmalade, and you're watching the Comics-Related Madness Network. Uh-huh. So come get some. CromCon. CromCon.
If you're a fan of comic books and comic book conventions, Daytona Beach Comic Con needs to be on your list of must-attend events. It's a show that actually focuses on comic books. Imagine that! This year's event is happening on Saturday, September the 6th, and Sunday, September the 7th. Silverline creators will be there, so we'll see you at the show. There's a new convention in town, and it's sure to be mega fun without the mega expense. Comics, toys, collectibles, pop culture. ShadowCon, Saturday, February 1st, 2025, in Orlando, Florida. Silverline creators will be there, so we'll see you at the show. If you find yourself in the Orlando area, and let's be honest, doesn't everyone come to Orlando for the House of Mouse? Head over to Coliseum of Comics to get your comic book fix. Be sure to check out their location on East Colonial Drive, where they carry a wide selection of independent comics, including Silverline books. Stop by and don't forget to tell them Silverline sent you. Hey, if you're an independent comic creator looking to get your comic printed, look no further than Kablam Digital Printing. They print our comics and do a fantastic job. They can even print special edition covers. When you reach out to them, be sure to tell them Silverline sent you.
Hi, this is Tim TK, host of That Silverline Show on Tuesday. Join us at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific every Tuesday night as we discuss pop culture and the joys of making comics.
Hi, I'm Barb Kelber, co-host of Silverline's Wednesday Wham. Join us each Wednesday nights as we discuss comics, literature, movies, and anything else that may catch our attention.
I'm Roland Mann, and I host Silverline's Silver Sunday. Join me every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern as we make mine Silverline. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Silverline Silver Sunday as we have our Silverline Christmas holiday party. Woohoo! I am your host. I am Roland Mann, and I am all in the spirit with my Christmas hat. Let me rearrange some people here. And I am joined by the holiday demon himself, Mr. Tom Mason. Say hi, Tom.
Hi, everyone. Happy holidays.
And right next to Tom, of course, is that man in the mask guy, Mr. Mike W. Belcher.
Howdy, 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 everybody, post-Christmas.
And joined by regular Color Supreme, Miss Roberta Conroy. Say hi, Roberta.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas
Happy
to you.
holidays.
And dropping in on us from the Wednesday Whammers, Mr. Rob Davis.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and Happy Hanukkah.
And like all true artists, he has his drawing glove on.
That's right. Yes. Got to be able to slide across that page.
That's right.
Well, and also it's a pressure glove for this old hand to keep it from going numb as I'm drawing.
You don't think Jack Kirby drew 5 pages a day without a glove, do you?
Who knows? All the pictures don't show him with a glove, but yeah.
Considering what a dynamo he was, he did it with a boxing glove. So there.
Oh, yeah.
Right, yeah. He cut out the fingers of the boxing glove.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
And color me what, Mr. David Rios joining us from That Silverline Show on Tuesday.
Hello.
What's up, David?
Lots of fun. Lots of fun. I'm just wondering if we have to acquit Rob because that glove does fit. So
if the glove
yeah, I know, bad.
Spoken like a true Californian.
How badly
we need a ruling
does
from the
it
judge.
fit?
Well,
does it fit really well or not?
Here's the other thing: the OJ trial did actually happen in Simi Valley, so it is kind of close.
And as a reminder, whatever platform you're watching us on, we're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch or Twitter, and also or X, and we're also on Rumble. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, give us a like, push the button, subscribe, whatever it is that your platform does. Make sure you do that. If you are tuning in tonight expecting us to have some of our usual Sunday expounding upon some kind of comic topic, you tuned in on the wrong night. Tonight, this is we're just going to party tonight. We're going to talk about, some of us have had Christmas, and I'm going to go first. I'm going to share a Christmas gift. I know many of you might not appreciate this. I know Mr. Tom Mason will appreciate this.
All righty.
I have the Looney Tunes box set.
Oh
my goodness.
What's
Nice.
Bug out like in Looney Tunes.
Wow. And so here's the cool thing about this, right? I got this. I'm thinking, oh, this is really cool. But when I popped open one of these cases, there's like 5 discs in every case. Yeah. There's like 30 discs here, y'all.
Yep.
The great thing about the Looney Tunes is if you, and again, I don't recommend this unless you're a total nerd like I am. If you watch them sort of in chronological order or even by year, you can watch as they figure it out.
Oh.
Yes.
They start off and the early ones are like you're watching them and they're all based around some dopey song that Warner Brothers owns and they're all singing and floating down rivers or whatever. And then they start to go insane. And Bob Clampett and Tex Avery start to go nuts, and then Chuck Jones says, "Well, I'm going to go nuts." And then there's this middle period of like 10 or 12 years where all of them are just insane in the best possible way, and you can't get enough of them.
I am my wife asked me, she said, "Y'all gonna talk about favorite Christmas presents?" And I said, we've just had Christmas. I hesitate to call any of them my favorite Christmas presents because they were all good. I said, I am going to share one that I think will be appreciated by this group of folks. I knew Tom would appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. I still watch those.
Oh yeah.
I'm so stoked to get this. So
Yeah.
again, not that I didn't appreciate my other ones, I did, but
the thing is that they're also great for inspiration, and and especially if you're feeling down, if you're having some holiday sadness or just general weekday sadness, you hate your job or you whatever, pop one of those things in and watch the frogs sing and board, and just you can't. It'll cheer you right up.
Yeah, no doubt.
It is funny, isn't it? How maybe funny is the wrong word, but how Christmas falls in that time of year when the most depression happens. It's a happy season.
It's a happy season, but it also is a forced happy season. So if you don't have the traditional family, or if you don't have the holiday traditions, or if you're alone or whatever, then it feels like everybody else is having fun and you're not. And so. And you can feel guilty about it, or you feel weird about it, or you feel unhappy about it, and so it can be a time of great joy, and it can also be a time of I'm not doing what everybody else is doing.
Everybody's having a party, and I wasn't invited.
Right?
Yeah.
Very Charlie Brownie.
It is very Charlie Brown. And what you need to do is get yourself a sick little Christmas tree.
I don't think that'll make you feel better, though.
I actually have one of those on my porch. I have a Charlie Brown.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we cut a limb off a tree and put a bulb on it.
Oh, nice. So we know Rob hasn't had Christmas with his family yet. They haven't been able to get together. Anybody else wanna share something about Christmas? Not a requirement. I totally didn't set you guys up for this at all. But I got this and I just had to share.
I will tell you that I got something that satisfies the very nerdiest aspects of me, which is I got a book by Bert Kearns which is the biography of Shem.
Oh, very cool.
That'd be
And
interesting.
I've been waiting for this since it was first announced, and I can't wait to dive in and find out what the heck it is, because he used to be my least favorite Stooge because he was the replacement of Curly, and Curly was the best when I was a kid. But I've come to appreciate him as a pivotal part of Stooge lore, and the shorts that he's in are different than the Curly shorts, but they're not worse. They're just as good. And my absolute favorite Stooge short is one with Shem. So
there you go.
Nice.
I'm all in.
No.
Look at that. We have a special guest popping in.
Uh-oh.
Hey!
Hey! Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all that good stuff.
It's the voice of Silverline.
Love the sparkles.
All that sparkly stuff back there. That's
fun.
I think it's great that you have matching hats, too.
Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus.
Mike did say he was having computer issues. He'll be back.
So the Silver Santas.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, I didn't wear my Santa shirt today because we got matching shirts too. Because I wore it last week. So
are you ugly sweater people as well?
No.
Right.
No. But my son and his. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
What?
Fiance.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're very very excited about that. He proposed to her at their Christmas. Her family's off from Ohio, so they celebrated with us on Christmas Day. Jumped in the car around 8:30 p.m. Drove all through the night. Got to Ohio, and I think they nabbed about an hour's sleep or something like that.
So
before.
when are they moving in, Roland?
Well, fortunately for us, she's got a job as a teacher and her own apartment about an hour and a half south of us. So,
all right.
Wait, she's a teacher? She's got your approval then.
Yes.
She's very musically inclined. Not only is she a music instructor or teacher, but she also does the band and the choir groups too. So she's very, very good.
That's great. Well,
Cool,
congratulations.
And she'll eventually have a pension of some kind.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe by then.
Yeah. Almost guaranteed.
Almost good.
Yeah. Let's run
I
through.
just wanted to pop in and just say
Thank
hi.
you. Good
Thank
to see
you.
Good to see you, BJ.
Fun.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Now,
Bye. I missed Belcher already.
You did mention that I hadn't had Christmas this year yet, but I got off screen a little bit ago because last year I got a gift that some of you will probably appreciate.
Oh yeah.
I have not built it yet, but I would.
What are you waiting on?
Time.
Yeah, okay. That one I understand.
Yeah,
it's the
time
one
to do it, and plus I haven't got the space in my studio set up yet. There's an area right here, just to my left here, that's going to be set aside for that. I've got a little spray booth so I can paint it, and but I haven't got it all set up yet. Plus, I don't have time yet. But I figured, the cartoon fans would, Saturday morning cartoon fans would appreciate
gorgeous
that. Yes. So,
Johnny Quest is the one thing that nobody else has been able to duplicate or recreate that feeling, that Quest feeling in any movie or TV show. And I'm not talking about rebooting it or redoing it. I'm just saying that Quest feeling that we all got when we were like 11, 12, 13 years old.
There so much excitement, so much danger. It was like,
Well, and it felt completely different from all the other cartoons. It felt so adult, you know.
Yeah,
while at the same time the stories were ones that even little kids could understand. Yeah. So
it wasn't like Disney cartoons that we've been watching where it's like, oh, his poor mom is dead, and then it's like, oh, what's he gonna do? And it's like, no, we're gonna give him some guns and he's gonna shoot invisible monsters and giant spiders and
guys with gravity defying.
This is how he deals with grief.
And he's got a cool buddy. So,
he's got the ultimate best friend, and his dad. His dad has a best friend, and there's a dog. So
Madness Comic Network says, if you would like to bring your show to book a spot or become sponsor of the Madness Entertainment Group LLC, please contact us at Madness Comic on X, Pops Van Zant on Facebook, Pops at the Meg.tv. Hey, Pops, how you doing? He then says, Merry Christmas.
Hey, Pops.
David Ace Gutierrez says, Tom, you're going to have to do a book report on that on Chef.
Don't think I won't.
Rory says, OH, that's got to be an Ohio thing.
Mhm.
I think I've heard
Yes.
that somehow. What's up, Rory? Good to see you here. Thanks for hanging with us. Arta Victor Medina says, evening, everyone. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays back at you, Victor. Thanks for hanging with us. Talk to us about some of your good Christmas gifts this year, or we're going to get into our favorite comics of the year or graphic novels. Brittany Mann says, hey, Silverline crew. Looks like a good group. Hi, Brittany Mann. Thanks for hanging with us. Let's see. Rory says, Quest is the best. Got Dean the whole series for Christmas. If you haven't seen the Venture Brothers, it's an irreverent reboot of the Johnny Quest, and it's hilarious.
I have not.
Yes.
I have not either.
It is
That's the
hilarious.
first I've even heard of.
Oh, really?
So,
Oh my God! No, it's
yeah, Venture Brothers.
Venture Brothers. It
We're-
used to be
we're
on
gonna-
cartoons, Adult Swim.
Adult Swim.
Okay,
Cartoon
see, I don't
Network.
have cable, so
Oh.
I don't get.
Well,
any of that.
you can find clips online, I'm sure,
That's it. I can probably find bits and pieces on YouTube or
and that'll tell you
which
if
I
it's
do
right
get.
for you or not.
You might find entire episodes on YouTube.
I might.
If you
Yep.
look fast enough. Yeah. Shh.
Yeah, we'd like
So
to stay on the air.
Anybody else want to talk about Christmas gifts? That's okay. So one of the things we talked about last week is that what we want to, some of what we want to do today, aside from just kind of chatting and partying, is talk about comics or graphic novels that we have read in 2024 that we enjoyed. Now, they don't have to be, oh, this is the best thing. I think this thing's won awards. It's just something that we read in 2024 that we're like, I enjoyed this. This was a good thing. Anybody want to go first? David, you just brought your all-time favorite, didn't you?
No, well, yeah. Originally, I brought some old stuff, but
well, did you read anything in 2024?
yeah, I read a lot of older stuff.
Just kidding. Well, older stuff is fine.
I did bring two things that I just read actually fairly recently.
Well,
from
fairly recently means 2024, right?
Definitely 2024.
Like
both
July,
of these
August,
are
maybe?
both of these are actually distillery books. I've seen a lot of different ones, but one of them was this one, Missionary.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
And a great Scotty Young cover. There seems to be a recurring theme throughout a lot of the series with Distillery about making deals with the devil and stuff like that. That kind of follows through on this particular.
That never ends
book.
well.
Yeah, exactly. And then I also found this one that was interesting. It's one for Sorrow.
Interesting.
And it's one of those period pieces from. Kind of has that Jack the Ripper type feel, that time period and all that, where they have a couple of different bait and switch things going on in the story, and I don't want to ruin anything for it, but it gets really interesting at the time, and then towards the end of this is the first. Both of these are the first issues of these magazine formats, but they both look like they've got good potential.
So I have an interesting question then. I just Googled it. One for Sorrow sounded familiar. It's the basis of an old nursery rhyme, but it's also a lyric from Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Ooh, didn't know that.
So
That's funny.
Where do you think it's going? Do you think it's old English nursery rhyme, or is it going into more Rocky Horror territory? Or does it even matter and it's just a cool name?
It's definitely going more possibly into the nursery rhyme.
The old English nursery rhyme. Okay.
Yeah.
So you got to remind me, where was it in Rocky Horror?
One for sorrow, one for pain. It's I think it's one of it's part of one of Frankenfurter's songs where he sings. It's almost ballad-like. Unless I'm wrong, and there's a Rocky Horror scholar out there who's going to come in and shake their fist at me and go,
Jeez,
No,
man.
you're wrong.
You're creating flashback 18-year-old me flashbacks.
"Ah,
Golly.
what are you wearing underneath that Santa hat, Roland?"
Yeah, I actually saw Rocky Horror Picture Show at the theater in I guess what it would have been 80, something like that. My friend told me I don't know how he had seen it, but he goes, "Hey man, this Friday night we're going to see the midnight show." And I'm like, "Cool, all right." And he goes, and he said this, he goes, "It's the weirdest thing you've ever seen in your entire life."
It is definitely the weirdest thing.
And of course, it's only the first few minutes, and suddenly everybody's yelling at the screen, "Kick the tire!" And I'm looking around like, why? And then he kicks the tire, and I'm like, that was kind of cool. How'd they know that?
Did anybody throw toast?
Yeah, oh yeah, the whole works, right? The whole works. And he was right. It was the strangest thing I had ever seen in my entire life. And we went back the next several weeks.
Because it's the kind of thing that I've always said on the show. It's like, if only we could create something like that where the audience got so involved in the thing that we did.
Yes.
It would be funny if I was at a Comic-Con and people just came by and brought me toast and said, loved your comic. Here's how I celebrated. I made you toast. Like, okay.
Yeah. Well, and that's where cosplay comes up a lot when you talk about Comic Cons, and I think there's been improvement. My biggest gripe has always been when the aisles are too small and they all crowd in and stop there and pose in front of your table, not allowing people to stop and talk to you. I think that's improved over the years. They tend to work their way to the end of the aisles now, and there's photo spaces for that. I think it's gotten a whole lot better. But I always say, as a creator myself, one of the biggest joys would be to see someone show up cosplaying something that I created or co-created. That would just be awesome, I think.
Yeah, I'd love to see somebody in a Scimitar costume.
Oh yeah.
I think I go into the stuff that I create now thinking, how easy is this costume going to be to make? So I give it a boost. It's like, okay, I'm making it as easy as possible for you.
Yes, right.
Make your costume.
Please make a costume.
I've done everything but provide instructions in the background, in the back page.
I think a Twilight Grim costume would be pretty easy to do.
Oh yeah, I think so too. Yeah,
because it's in keeping with that Solomon Kane kind of vibe, where it's like, it's found clothing. You don't have to make a lot of things.
You would just kind of need that '80s mullet look.
You can get that.
We can bring up one of Roland's pictures, and there we go. Old Malibu days.
I had a mullet too, so let's.
I think we all did in the 1990s.
I don't think I did.
Also,
you didn't.
Also, as I age, I would love to have that kind of hair back again because that was a lot of hair.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
I'm just saying, right? It's like, okay.
I mean, I got
Thank you for the hair.
If you wanna make fun of me because I had too much hair, I'm all in on
I always joke about how I've got enough to do that. So
like a comb down.
Yeah. So who else wants to talk about a graphic novel or a comic?
I've got one.
Go ahead, Mike.
I brought one up. There's actually, when we're talking about graphic novels or comics, I didn't bring comics up here, but I did bring this. And as the Matt Wagner fan, I had to do this. So,
all right.
Him and Kelly Jones did.
Oh yeah,
yeah, they did.
I've got my copy, but I haven't read it yet.
I have to admit, being a somewhat fan of Kelly Jones, this one convinced me. I mean, this is work of a lifetime. It's a great horror story. There's nothing romantic about it. There's no, he's really a decent guy at heart. I mean, this guy's evil. I mean, it is just a down and dirty supernatural tale of Dracula. I mean, it's an origin in every sense of the word, and the artwork is stunning.
Yeah,
I feel bad because I missed it, even though Silverline's like, oh, we're backing, but it was like a couple of days later. I'm like, oh, I just missed the closing on 2, so I've now missed 1 and 2.
Well, Dark Horse did a version. You can order it through Amazon.
Okay.
They did a trade.
Oh,
And
yeah.
also, we had Wagner on the show, and he talked about he talked about it in pretty great detail. And it sounds amazing. It sounds like his approach that he talked about is actually worked for Mr. Belcher.
Oh yeah, I mean it really. You could go through the Stoker tale, and you can see all the other versions over the years. This one's very stark, and it really sticks out because it blends a lot of stuff. And Matt really, I was surprised how good it was. I was expecting it to be good, but it was like, okay, I'm in for the rest of them.
My favorite part is when Dracula kills Thomas and Martha Wayne in Nightmare Alley. And
that whole circle, that vicious circle.
Yeah. Very cool.
I got one.
Go ahead. Do I need to share the screen thing you sent me?
No, not yet.
Oh,
I mean, if we're gonna do a second one, I'll bring that one up.
Oh yeah. I figure we will. Depends on who shows up.
This one, Aquanaut. It's a scholastic graphic novel. It's for kids. It's by a guy named Dan. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Santat or Santat or something like that.
Santat, yeah.
It's fantastic. I mean, a lot of scholastic novels deal with the young adult subjects of love and loss, and not so much crime fighting and orphan stuff and that kind of thing. However, this is about a girl whose father was lost at sea, and some sea creatures return bringing news of her father. So it's a little bit supernatural. It's comical. It looks sort of like a fantastic version of a Pixar movie.
That's great.
That's cool.
It's got the coloring is great. The guy really tells a dynamic story. It has a lot of heart. It has a lot of humor. It has a lot of goofiness, and it goes. I mean, right after it opens with the death of the father, and I thought, oh, here we go, and then it's like, bam! It turns right away into a different direction, and I was not expecting that. So I was surprised from like page 10 on.
Wow, that's nice.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah,
that's what I like about somebody I never heard of.
Yeah,
doing work that is supposedly too young for me, but I connect with it anyway.
That's always fun, isn't it?
Yeah, and I picked it. It's the kind of thing that if I was like 10 years old or 12 years old or whatever, I would have loved to have seen this.
I think that's one of the things that I still find pleasure in is discovering something new.
Yeah.
Finding a work that I've never heard of before, finding a creator that I've never heard of before. You tell me about, I'm not going to pick out a name. Tell me about, this creator X has done this new thing.
Right.
Cool. Great. I'm familiar with it. Right. But you tell me this Dan Santat, I've never heard of who that person is, it's to me, that's part of the fun of discovery.
Yeah. Cause I went to the New York Comic Con in October, and I went by the Scholastic booth, and I had a thing, which is I have like $50 and I'm going to buy some stuff.
Yeah,
it's like Vegas money. I'm just gonna buy some stuff I don't know anything about, and I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna flip through it. If somebody at the booth is gonna talk to me about it, that's great too. I'll ask a couple of questions, but don't give it away, and I will snag it. And I got like 5 of these graphic novels, 2 from the Scholastic booth, 3 from the Webtoons booth, and I'm not disappointed because I found, and I think maybe this is true for you people. When you were younger, but one of the things I like, so you pick up an issue of Batman or whatever, and suddenly there'd be Marshall Rogers doing the art.
Yeah.
Or you pick up an issue of Marvel Team Up, and suddenly there's John Byrne. or suddenly John Byrne takes over X-Men or whatever, and you didn't know before who they were or where they were from, but they sort of knocked your socks off. And now it's like, oh, I got to see, I got to see more Howard Chaykin. I got to see more Walter Simonson. I got to see more Kaluta. I got to see more Wrightson. I got to see, whatever. And that's how I feel finding these new graphic novel people.
Oh, absolutely.
It's that same. It captures that same sort of feeling of, oh, I found something new.
Yes.
I found new people doing stories in a new way.
Well, and it's also kind of, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's like I found something that no one else knows about.
Well, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Because it is all about posturing and being being superior.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of that in there. It's like you're like, hey, look, no one told me about this. I found this. Now I get to go tell everyone else about it.
Right? That's right.
I mean, Tom, we talked about
Jeff Smith.
We talked about Jeff Smith, Bone. You were very much that way, and not in a not in a super annoying kind of way, but you were very much Roland. You got to go get this.
Yeah.
In that I know this, you don't know this, but I'm sharing this with you, so you need to go get in on it.
And I think you'll like it.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Because the thing is, if I told you about it verbally and I said, oh, it's about this funny little character who looks like an animation character, and he's pure white, and he's called Bone, and he does crazy things, you're not as interested in it as if you
he's a bone?
See it. So I'm not very good at pitching like new things to other people without pictures.
Yeah. Critical Blast says, where did it go? Critical Blast says, my parents were killed by a bat.
They were. She'll become a vampire.
Jose Fuentes, why aren't you here, Jose?
Jose.
Hey, fam, happy holidays. I got kids about to come in hot and loud, but I wanted to say hi.
And he's gonna be at ShadowCon February 1st.
Yes, he is. He sure is. I'll get to see him there. Jose, if you get a chance, jump on and say hi. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. We should, when we're done, y'all remember to email me or send me a list of it. And I'll try to make a list of the things that we did so that folks can see a list on the thing. No way I'm going to remember it all. And I've already not written stuff down. So
maybe you need one of those miracle memory drugs.
I do. That's right. Anybody else want to go next? Okay.
I didn't read much, but I can say one thing.
You go, Roberta.
Yeah, I had been watching this Apple Plus series, and this is the wrong way to go to comics, but it totally works. So I like this show called Silo, and it was really impressive in a lot of ways. In concept, it's kind of about a forgotten group of people who are centuries underneath the ground, living a life that they're not allowed to do anything technical. They're not allowed to leave. They're told it's completely deadly outside. So it's a really interesting story of resistance. And I found that there's a graphic novel on it, and I ordered that. It's named Wool. And the stories by Hugh Howey.
So
and
is
the art
is the show based on the graphic
by
novel?
Jimmy Brixton.
Oh, I don't know these people.
And
I don't either.
If you look up Jimmy Brixton, oh my God, it's really interesting. His style is colorful and moody and like very very low rendered. It's like, just very graphic. So see if I can get you a example.
So I'm trying to Google it right now. Do you know, did the TV show come first or did
the TV
graphic novel? Okay.
No, the story was first, but I didn't hear about it. So the book was acclaimed, and they did the graphic novel about the book and then the show after. So I'm going back in time.
Wool, the graphic novel?
Wool, yeah, like sheep's wool.
Jimmy Palmiotti worked on it.
So it is fantastic.
The thing that most struck me about the TV show is that it's a lot of stairs. because
Yeah,
they don't
it's a
have
lot of
technology, so it's
stairs.
like 145 stories.
Yeah, you can't even
Underground.
go from the bottom to the top, and people don't.
Right.
So it's a caste system where the people that do the maintenance are in the bottom.
Because I saw the first season of the show because it has Rebecca Ferguson in it as one of the stars.
Yeah, so I love the art in this.
Oh, look at this.
Hmm.
Okay, this is good.
Yeah, it's really
Nice.
good.
Very
Look at
yeah.
that.
Wow.
So props to Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was really enjoyable.
Nicely
Huh.
done. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
that
pretty cool.
Color
And
is
you
so amazing.
and
Look
you
at that.
found
Be
it
worth a
simply
look.
because you watched the show, right?
Exactly.
That's too cool.
That is really cool.
which is the way it's supposed to work if you have missed something.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But look at the color. It's just so great. The
You know,
art
it has
is
a very
fantastic.
European feel to it, but it looks like a mixture of European coloring with U.S. storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna get one of these.
Yeah, it's worth it.
And it's good.
All right, you sold me.
Mm-hmm. I totally recommend it.
Nice. And
that.
so what platform is the show on? Silo.
So that's Apple Plus,
Apple Plus. Okay.
Apple TV.
They only have like 6 things on Apple TV. You'll find
Yeah,
it.
it's not much, but when they do it, they do it right.
Yeah, they did it pretty well with For All Mankind and
Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
also with the Monarch series.
yes, and they also do Bosch, which is the crime show, which is great.
I thought Bosch was
Is it Prime?
Prime.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
Well,
It
okay.
sounds familiar, but I didn't see it.
I roll that one back then. They do have a kids' cartoon show called Shape Island, which is
Mhm.
about a triangle, a sphere, and a square.
This is one thing I absolutely love about Amazon is that most of these you can get on there and they'll show you a sample.
Yes.
Yeah,
This-
that's a
this
pretty
is-
big sample.
It is
I
a big
love it.
sample.
It's
Yeah.
a big sample.
I'm surprised it's still letting me scroll.
I feel like you can read the whole thing.
You'll know if you want it.
That's
Yeah.
Well, I don't have
true.
to read it. I'm going to get it just for the art and the coloring.
Yeah, the art is just great.
That's the
Story's
thing too. There's
good,
so many.
but, I mean, the art
There's
is
so many great
is
new
so
artists now.
interesting.
It's hard to keep track.
Yeah. Look at that. Just $19 for
That's cheap.
for the yeah. Yes, it is.
Pick it
I
up.
can have it in 2 days.
Yeah. Geekman, Master of the Thunder Nerd says, Thunder Nerd says, hi, y'all. How we doing tonight? What is up, Geekman? Thanks
Greatest
for
name
hanging
ever.
with us tonight. He says, C is also Apple TV, and that was good.
Oh, tell me what that's about.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
That is Jason Momoa's series.
Oh, that's
Wait,
cool.
I've heard of it.
Isn't he? He's
They're all blind.
they're all blind, right?
They're all blind. Yeah.
But he's some
So-
kind of super. He's some kind of super fighter with a stick that he beats people with.
But C,
Yeah, he's a
Is
Is that
warrior
it?
of some kind.
See, I can't pitch anything. I need a picture.
so Apple TV though, I don't have Apple TV. Is it a subscription thing? Or you gotta
Yeah.
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 Yeah. If
Okay.
if you buy a new Apple product, you
Uh-huh.
usually get like 3 months free.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
I probably had it, but didn't.
Didn't
Yeah,
know.
I've
use it.
had it. I just bought a brand new Apple product myself, and I haven't.
I
I
haven't done it
haven't
yet.
done it for
Yeah,
a while.
they've got Peanuts hostage.
Yeah.
What?
Yes. Yes.
So they've got all the
Apple
Peanuts
owns the
hostage.
Peanuts. The Christmas special. They own that. They own
Yeah.
a lot of the Peanuts.
Yeah, you can't see them on
show.
regular TV because they're on
Yeah.
Apple Plus.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No
they're all on
way.
Apple Plus.
They show them uncut though, which is great.
Yes. Yeah.
So you,
No commercial cuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's a good thing I have them on DVD then, huh?
Yes.
They have
Yes,
that
sir.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
copy
they.
for the best
I think they actually went in and touched them up too, though. So they're completely restored,
Right. They made them all
digitally
shiny.
restored. Yeah.
You know, we just heard that, and I don't know how true this is. It was from a kind of a family source, so I'm gonna assume it's true. We watched "It's a Wonderful Life," something we often do on Christmas, and
Did you
one
see
of
the uncut scenes?
well, so that was what I found out, that apparently Amazon. We watched it on a DVD, so it was all there. But apparently Amazon has cut some scenes because it's too dark. So the scene, right? Everybody's seen This Wonderful Life, right? I know,
Yeah.
Roberta. That was my reaction. What? So
Yeah,
there when he's having his when Clarence is showing him what the world would have been like without him,
Right.
Goes to where Bailey Park was supposed to be, where they built the houses, and it's just a cemetery, and he sees his brother, right? He sees the gravestone. Right. They cut that.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the whole point of the thing.
It is. It's like, what the heck?
Did they show Gloria Graham as the prostitute?
I didn't see that one.
No.
No, that's in there. Yeah.
It's okay, because that's in there.
Yeah. You talking about
She's
Violet.
the bad girl.
Yeah. Violet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she was in that. We watched the DVD, so we saw it all.
I think I read something that Amazon still had the other ones if you wanted to watch it. They were offering, because they were supposedly when It's Wonderful Life was in public domain, some cable company cut it.
Yeah.
And so they have all three like there's a couple versions of it on
There's
Amazon.
a colored version as well.
The airplane version.
Yeah.
And there's the version where he shoots Mr. Potter in the head.
Yeah.
Oh, I want that one.
That's the good one. That's
They was Saturday Night Live one where they, where Dana Carvey, kicks everybody, kicks and
knocks him to the floor and starts kicking him, right?
Yeah. John Lovitz is playing. Yeah, it's funny.
Lark Bark says, hello, everyone, and good evening. What is up, Lark Bark? Thanks for hanging out with us. We're talking about fun graphic novels or comic books that we have read in 2024. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
Pop up my because I'm traveling. I don't have my copy with me. There it is. So this was released this year. It's the Times Squared Omnibus. It has the first 2 volumes of the Times Squared graphic novels that Chaykin published through First Comics back in the 80s. And the long-delayed 3rd-part conclusion is appearing in the omnibus as the gimme. So it ties up the storyline, and
Nice.
It's great. It's $25 for hardcover, delivered from Amazon in 2 days. You can see how Chaykin's style has evolved artistically, but his storytelling is still just as fresh and innovative as it was 30 years ago. And it's fantastic. It's jazzy, it's crimey, it's gunfights. You can tell by the period clothing, and it's all the great stuff that Chaykin does so well.
That is a great cover.
And I
love the way, and Roberta speaks color. I do not. I love the way those the 2 primary figures pop. And all the rest of it is kind of grayed out.
Almost like a fog.
Yeah, it just makes them pop right there.
But I love that they're reflected on the ground.
Yeah.
It's so great.
Because one of the things we always talked about at Malibu, Roland, is how to get the cover to pop, because that's the thing that people see.
Yes.
And that's why I love to go to the comic book store and see people who don't learn that lesson.
You're there.
It's my favorite thing. Let's take a field trip. Hey, look, Tommy's here.
We are joined by latecomer Mr. Thomas Flormani.
Hey,
Santa, he didn't do it, he says.
Of course I didn't do it. I never did it. Wasn't me.
What's
Nobody
up,
saw
Tommy?
it. You can't prove it.
Hiya, Tommy.
I'm good. I'm just getting home. I just flew in. Just the
And boy, your arm's tired.
I know. No, I was in the sled. The reindeer are tired. Yeah.
Are you back in Florida?
I am back in Florida. We just pulled up. I grabbed my laptop and I hadn't even unloaded the car. I just wanted to come on and say Merry Christmas.
Wow, that's devotion.
That's dedication.
Well, no, I mean, if I didn't make it, then I wasn't going to worry about it. But since I did,
I thought I heard you honk as you drove by.
Oh, I did. No, that was all the traffic that's on 75 outside your door. Have you looked out your door? Look at all the traffic out there.
Yeah, it's bad out there.
It
Wasn't bad when we got back around 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
Oh well, no.
I've been bored.
It started about it was definitely through Ocala the whole way,
Yeah.
but it was, but about halfway from
I would need cigarettes, caffeine, and donuts if I was going to stay up till 2 a.m.
The beauty
Look, I
of
got a birthday. A Christmas puppy.
Oh, you got a new puppy?
No,
Oh,
it's Gabby.
it's still Gabby. Okay, I thought you got a new one.
Oh,
Gabby needs a sister.
I keep trying to tell Renee that. She says no. Gabby doesn't need a sister.
one is just like 2. 2 is just like 1. It's not.
Yeah.
3 is where you draw the line because 3
Three is just getting tough.
3
Yeah.
you might as well have monkeys.
I want a monkey.
No, you don't. Apparently they make great pets till they're about 12 years old, and then they tear your face off.
And then they kill you. Yeah.
That's right. You don't want that.
It's funny.
So,
Go ahead, Tom.
what did y'all get for Christmas?
We've done us.
Yeah, we've done us. What about you? What'd you get? What's your Christmas highlight?
I got about 50, Renee turned the TV up. I got about 15 pounds of eating too much. Now I gotta go back.
That's
on
a
my
gift,
diet.
isn't it? I got the same gift.
Yeah.
You know,
well, it's not really it's a gift from my cardiologist.
Yeah, Renee and I, because we don't have kids, we just buy stuff all year long. And that bike, my new e-bike, was expensive, so that was pretty much my Christmas thing.
Yeah.
But
now you got to go get on it, right?
so I've been right now. So yeah, I've been on it for a week. I didn't bring it with me.
No, I mean,
every time at
eating.
Christmas time, if I bring a bike home to Mississippi, it's definitely freezing. I mean, like in the 30s during the day. So when I don't bring a bike home, then it'll get into the 60s during the day. So it's kind of okay. So and it rained. All the storms that we're getting. Yeah,
Well, that's right.
So,
they went
Tommy,
right through there.
What you need to do is you just need to buy a second bike and just park it in Mississippi.
Leave one there and one here.
Yeah, that way you've always got one there.
Yeah,
I can do that. I should do that.
You have 2 bikes. You could just...
Renee says I've got 2 bikes. I could just leave the other one there.
They do make bikes. I'm
Renee's
pretty
like,
sure you
"You've
can get
got
an
2
extra one pretty
bikes."
much anywhere.
Take the bike. I'll take her bike.
Hey, Renee.
Hey! Merry Christmas! Happy New Year!
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Come on, Renee.
It's in low def. Come around and say hello.
It's just us.
Yeah, no one's watching.
And the internet.
And the
how many people are watching?
2 or 3 guys, really. It's not.
We got 40 watching right now.
Renee!
Hey, Renee.
Hey! Merry Christmas!
Whoop, and she's gone.
That was quick.
that was a Floramonte flyby and a half, wasn't
That's
it?
right.
Yep.
Because if she says more, we have to pay her a higher rate.
I know. Because she only said, how many words can you say in a movie where you don't have to get the card?
Wait, is that a thing?
Yeah.
There's a limit to what you can say in order to not qualify.
Right.
For
So
that.
you're considered a
Right.
background person or whatever it is. Yeah. So she was behind me, so that was a background. So she doesn't get paid the extra money. She gets all the money. I don't know what
She
to.
does get to keep the wardrobe, though.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. So Tommy, we're also talking about comics or graphic novels that we read this past year that we really liked. You have any that you can think of?
Well, I've got to go unload the car. So,
Yeah. Okay.
you know,
Don't run off.
I've read so many just floppies kind of thing. I haven't read any full graphic trade paperback kind of thing.
Floppies are fine.
It's just a bunch of the ones that we print for folks. I couldn't tell you any one particular.
I was going to say, you can't think of one that you just went, man, that was pretty good.
This past year I did read one. It was the second issue. of the Silverline team up featuring with Demon. That was a really, really good.
That was good.
Did you finally read that?
The coloring. Well, no, I didn't read it, but I looked at the pictures. And the
treated it like Playboy, huh?
I thought I was terrible at pitching stuff.
The layouts were okay. I don't know about the words, but the inks were fabulous and the colors were beautiful. But besides that, I don't.
Yeah, well said.
Well, welcome back, Tommy. Happy
There
New Year.
you go.
Glad you had safe travels.
Yeah. No, we got here way better than when we were when
you're leaving.
Oh golly, yeah! It took forever. I told y'all last week. Yeah, it was a little busy, like right when we got to Ocala, but other than that, it was pretty.
You would think 3 lanes going in and out of the state would be enough, but
no, if it was 5
isn't.
lanes, it'd still be full.
Yeah,
and it's just like last week where I told Tom and Mike, guess how many wrecks we saw?
Goose egg.
Really?
It has nothing to do with it.
Wow. Good.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No,
people just don't know how to drive.
Yeah, and there was just people driving. You know, you think that it'd be coming the other direction. People leaving the Disney area, you know, going up the turnpike to, you know, out of the state. But no, these are people going back into the state. So
yeah,
this is
I don't know where
traffic with Thomas Foramonte. Stay tuned for weather.
Yeah.
Well, I brought one, and it's one that I had never heard of.
Okay.
Before I read it, and I'm not sure I'll even know how to pronounce it. Isenboshi.
Isenboshi. I think.
It's beautiful cover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
by
nice.
Ryan Lang. And there's the main character right there, right?
It's a little person, isn't it?
It is a little person. And that's part of what made me interested. You know, I like those little characters. But the artwork, right?
Oh, it's cool.
Gorgeous.
Wow, look at
Yeah. It's fantastic.
Who's that guy again?
His name is Ryan Lang.
I like him.
Yeah, I mean, just good stuff.
Yeah.
Great expression. It looks like,
yeah.
like a blue-eyed samurai.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I discovered after I read this, right? I discovered some about this. Apparently, this is a Japanese legend. Let me get all this up here.
Oh, okay.
This story,
Mythology.
is part of Japanese mythology about a little character that you know he has to he has this thing. He has to go and fight the demon, and that's his lot in life. But it was pretty good. I enjoyed it, and of course, I won't give away the story, but once he, because he trains the whole time, he's real tiny, right? And so he has friends that are normal size, and they fight. They try to get him caught. It's funny because they try to get him caught by an owl, right? He's gonna get, and they're betting on it. Is he gonna get caught by the owl this time? No. So, and that's a fun scene that it starts off with. Who do we lose? Tommy. Okay. I guess he had to go. He had to go and pack the car. Renee was probably going, we got to
Wrap it up. These things are heavy.
But the way I discovered this one was kind of fun. The way I discovered this one is a student did a report on it. At the end of the class, I make them do a report on a graphic novel. And a student did a report on this, and they used some of the artwork in their report, in their presentation.
Nice.
That looks pretty good. That looks interesting. So I just went and ordered it right off Amazon, and it was a very, very pleasant surprise.
That looks great. I got to get that too.
Yeah. Again, I'm not really sure how to say it. Isenboshi.
Boshi.
Boshi issue.
I don't know.
Isenboshi.
It's funny that a lot of again, I'm stereotyping, I think, but a lot of Japanese mythology is about somebody has to go fight a demon.
Yes.
Whereas American mythology is like, we're just going to take some land.
American mythology is we're going to take some land because that's justice.
That's right. And then European mythology is fight a demon.
Yeah. There he is with the owl.
That looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So yeah, this was one of those very, very pleasant surprises. I had never heard of this before, never heard of Ryan Lang at all. But I picked this up and I read it and I'm like, that's pretty good. I enjoyed that.
Somebody's going to grab that for TV or movies.
Yes.
It should be. Sounds like,
Yeah. In the same way that somebody's going to grab Man in the Mask and Twilight Grimm and Cat and Mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whatever it is Dave Rios does.
Exactly.
I don't do anything. I'm doing nothing right now.
Are you succeeding with it, though? Are you happy?
That's relative.
Yeah. Tommy just sent a message. He goes, I love you guys, but I need to unload the car.
There we
Merry
go.
Christmas.
Things to do.
So who's next?
Geek Man Masters of Thunder Nerds had something he wanted to say.
He said, I missed this one. He said, esteemed patrons and Thundercats from Dynamite.
I have heard good things about Thundercats from Dynamite.
I have as well.
So I'm now curious. I got to wait because I'm lazy. I'm going to get the collection.
Right.
Well, I know I think there's one graphic novel out or trade. I think the second one's coming soon because they just put out issue 11.
Okay.
But they're also spinning up Silverhawks, and they are also spinning up Herculoids.
Oh, nice.
Herculoids.
So
nice.
Herculoids.
Previews,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
What?
Yeah, and Space Ghost and
What-
Johnny
what are-
Quest and
What are the Steam Patriots? I don't know them.
It was a former Silverline book.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Mhm.
It's alternate, basically alternate American Revolution.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
yeah, steampunk.
Really,
Steampunk.
really cool concept. Very,
Okay.
very cool concept.
It's very good.
Yeah, Ben Franklin
Look it up.
discovered steam power in the American Revolution, and it was this is the concept, and
He was always discovering something.
It was their secret weapon against the British. And a little boy, I forget his name, gets the plans, and the British are chasing him.
Interesting. There's a great,
Very cool concept.
This is way off topic, but there's a great Ken Burns sort of mini documentary on Ben Franklin that's 2 parts.
Oh, really?
That I highly recommend. Even if you have zero interest in the American Revolution or American history or whatever, Ben Franklin was a hoot. Man, that guy was a gas.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
He was there's so much about him. I'm watching
he
it
wrote-
going,
Yeah, he wrote Fart Proudly.
yes. I mean, if they taught history like this when I was in school, I would have been way more fascinated with staying in school.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, it's like the Canterbury Tales. Our teacher told us, I think it's the Miller's. Our teacher told us not to read the Miller's Tale.
Right.
And of course, later on, I read the Miller's Tale, and I'm like, why did you not? I would have, if you'd have told me about this, I would have wanted to read this, right?
Yes.
I didn't want to read it because, who cared? But the Miller's Tale, you guys all know the Miller's Tale, right?
Nope.
You know that
It's
one?
sexy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the one. Let me tell the PG-13 version. It's the one and where there's a guy.
Slow down.
Yeah, I'm thinking. So he's it's dark, right? And the gal is in the window and he's flirting with her, right? And he's just give me a kiss, come on, give me a kiss, that kind of thing. And her, I can't remember if it was her husband, boyfriend, whatever, but he comes in and he hears, and he moves her out of the way, right? And so he says, okay, I'll give you a kiss, right? But you got to get closer. You got to lean in closer. And what he had done is he had dropped his drawers and stuck his butt out the window, and he rips a big fart just as the guy kisses his butt. This is Shakespeare.
Not Shakespeare, it's Chaucer.
No, yeah, Chaucer. Sorry, Chaucer, Shakespeare, the same
guy.
Yeah, same general people, right? But it was a hoot. And when I read it, I'm like, why didn't you have us read this in class? I would have loved this.
Yes, it would make all the other tales worthwhile.
Right?
Oh, look, they're traveling on the road. Somebody ran out of pie.
Yeah. Oh, someone else is going to tell a story. Great.
Here we go. It's like listening to my grandfather tell stories about his childhood. No, it's okay.
Yeah. Well,
I don't want to
you
know
should
how you
go
ate
to-
dimes for food.
Yeah.
I did pick up another book that I haven't read that I
What'd you get, Dave?
do want to read, which is this Adventure Man.
Oh,
Sounds
yeah.
good.
That's the Terry
And Rachel
Dodson.
Dodson.
yeah Terry Dodson book.
Yep.
Terry's
So,
going to be
looks
appearing
nice.
on Pal's Books on January 4th. If anybody's in the Portland area.
Nice.
But I'm looking forward to reading this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it's good.
Okay. If we're doing things we're looking forward to, go ahead.
No. We're still doing things. No. We're not things we're looking forward to. We're
This
just
is-
talking about the things we read.
Well, this is something I want to read.
We'll talk about that next year after you read it.
All right. Well, maybe I might not get it done then.
I'm with you, Rob. I've got all but like issue 2.
Don't talk about things I want to do. Talk about things. So I talked about this one just a little bit earlier. On one of our other streams, I can't remember which.
Onward Towards Our
Noble
Jets.
This was one I just kind of stumbled upon as well. I was looking for I was looking for manga because some of my students were always recommending stuff to me, and this popped up as World War II manga. Right? This is a pretty good book. This is one that you can see how big this thing is. It didn't take me very long to read this mostly because I couldn't put it down.
Good.
Yeah, that's a good book.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's Japanese. It's not overly graphic. I mean, things happen, right? People get blown up and killed and things like that. But it's not overly graphic. It's not but it's all from most of the war literature I've ever read has always been from the American point of view.
Right.
This one is very Japanese. I can't remember which island they're defending, but they're defending one of these islands, and it's just a couple of private soldiers going through their daily lives defending stuff. Oh, did you hear about so and so? Yeah, he got killed yesterday. Oh no. Yeah, and they have to move around as the Americans advance and everything. It's really, really, really very good. I enjoyed this quite a bit.
So it's interesting because you're not the only one who's like this. I'm this way too. I think is the stuff we read isn't the stuff we create.
No, yeah,
and I'm always fascinated by that because it's.
Well, I was going to ask you about when you held up the Shep biography. I was going to ask you, do you have a tendency to read biographies?
No. I read biographies because I find a lot of biographies are really self-serving.
Yeah.
And I tend not to believe them because a lot of it is basically just PR to make the subject look good. Right. And it's usually stories that they would tell on like talk shows or whatever.
Right.
And so I always find those things to be tedious. But if it's like a juicy biography of stuff I don't know, like how the industry worked, how they got jobs, how they networked and how they put their careers together, whatever. I'm very interested in stuff like that. Like I read the James Garner biography.
Oh yeah.
Which is kind of a warts and all sort of thing. And he was like, it's the thing I like about him, about Garner, is he's basically two people. Like if you were a friend of his, he was your biggest fan. He was loyal to you and he would protect you and he would put you on his show or whatever. And he would just, he would surround himself with people that he liked. But if you worked for the network and you were going to give him a hard time, he was going to screw you up.
Really?
And he was going to hold his ground and he was going to, fight for every dime. And he was going to fight for the quality of the show and he was going to fight for his people. And so depending on what side of the conversation you were on with him, he was either the greatest guy ever or he was like, a jackass to deal with. And so I find that sort of truth to be fascinating. So I'll read that biography.
Two of his best movies, Support Your Local Sheriff.
The first one.
Yeah. Where he sticks his finger in the gun.
He stuck his finger in the end of your what?
And he goes, "Hey, you want to blow it up in my face?" He goes, "Well, it wouldn't have done my finger a whole lot of good either."
I love that movie so much.
Yeah. I tend to obviously I tend to read histories, a lot of history books. Yeah,
but you don't write history stuff.
No, I do not. No,
you write escapist stuff like I do.
Yes, I do. I'll make it up.
Yeah, that's just fascinating.
Yeah. That's interesting. What do you read, Mike? Normally,
I usually I read pretty much action adventure stuff.
do you
That's-
Mac
that's
Bolan?
the stuff. Yeah, stuff like that, and a lot of
Book stuff.
I still haven't finished any. I still got to have a lot of Elmore Leonard movies or books to get through. I got 3 or 4 for Christmas, and
I am so
Robert-
pissed at him.
huh?
I'm so pissed at him because I think I've only got 3 more to read, and then there are no more.
They're no more, yeah.
So I always hate it when one of my favorite authors croaks.
Yeah, I've been trying to regulate it. Like I said, I started off hot and heavy, and then I started thinking, well, one of these days I'm going to have none to read.
Right. Well, I discovered I've never read. I mean, I knew he wrote them, but I've never read any of his Western stuff.
Oh, they're good.
So I've started. I haven't read them, but I picked up a couple over the last month or so to
What
put
is
in my
KDH?
to put in my queue. So I'm very interested because they don't look as dialogue heavy as
Tony Hillerman. Okay.
Oh, look at that.
One of my guilty pleasures. Anybody read any Tony Hillerman?
No.
No.
Wait,
No.
is that the Dark Winds TV show on AMC?
Is it probably? Is it Native American?
Yes. Who are the main 2 characters?
Joe Leaphorn?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is based on Tony Hillerman. I haven't seen the show, but
Oh, I highly recommend the show.
really.
Oh my God,
Oh.
yes.
Well, all of his are Joe Leaphorn is his primary detective guy,
Yeah.
and this is just my guilty pleasure. I like
No,
Tony
if you-
Hillerman a lot.
If you can find, I mean, you have to watch them in order. If you can
Yeah.
find it,
What's it
and
called? Dark Winds.
Dark Winds. It's fantastic. So it's Native American murder mystery stuff, crime solving, lots of twists and turns, lots of people who aren't who they say they are,
Yeah,
lots of American Western history,
yeah,
and
very cool.
and a little bit of Native American mysticism.
Oh, I see.
And
Yeah.
so,
yeah.
I mean, it's
See, that's
That sounds
that's
great.
it's in
Yeah.
your wheelhouse, and the actors are great, absolutely fantastic. It's a great cast of people, so I highly recommend it.
cool. I'll put it on the list.
Oh, there we go.
Geekman's going wild here. Geekman says also reading Chitara and Apex and coming soon Lost, another Thundercats title they're spinning up at Dynamite. Also wanted to mention Gargoyles over there.
Oh yeah,
There's
based on the old
Crazy.
Disney show.
Mm-hmm.
And then he mentions George R.R. Martin, of course. Craig Johnson is an awesome.
Yes,
awesome.
the law. He
I
did
don't know
the Longmire books.
Oh, yeah, the Dimensions Longmire is a great show. I have not read Longmire, but we did
No.
watch the show and enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah, the show. I thought the show was great.
And then he says Dark Winds is fantastic.
There we go.
So,
Geek Man speaks for me on this.
yeah, we enjoyed Longmire is one of those that just it popped up and we're like, oh, there's that dude, right? I
Right.
can't remember his name. There's that dude. Let's try an episode, and we
Yeah.
both BJ and I both liked it. So
What's funny is the guy who plays Longmire is Australian and has a thick Australian accent, and so
really.
he brought it down. He's definitely acting.
Well, he was one of the he was on Wardrobe, Men in Black. He was one of the bad guys.
Really?
Well, he's also in a movie called Focus with Will Smith, and he's also in the first Megalodon movie, The Meg.
Really?
Yeah.
So the guy who played the Red Skull, right? He had the glasses. It was one of those guys. He wasn't. He was with him. I can't remember what they called those guys.
Oh,
but they were the Men in Black, right? He
It's
was
the
one of the Men in
Skullettes.
Black. Yeah, the Skullettes. Geekman says Robert Taylor.
That's him. Guy's
Yeah,
guy's fantastic.
Yeah, we liked him quite a bit.
He's,
So
he's
when
really
we
great
saw-
at that sort of world weary cowboy,
Yes,
like modern
Yeah.
Western cowboy kind of trope. He's just
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. He was because he does. He looks weary. You
Yeah.
look at him, you go, man, I just feel tired looking at that guy.
He's been- also when where the thing is set in Wyoming or Montana, or whatever, it's just a
Right.
lot of driving.
Right.
Like he's,
Well, one of the first things I noticed is he drives a Bronco.
right.
Yeah.
But it's like the when I watch old episodes of Gunsmoke on on the weekends, there's somebody's been shot or whatever, and he's got to get on his horse. He's got to ride for like 4 days before he gets to the crime scene.
It's not helping.
It's not, yeah. I like it. I like CSI where it's like, okay, there's been a murder. I just got to go next door.
Right. Let me use the phone. Right.
Use the phone. Take some pictures. It's all done.
Geekman says he has a new series on Netflix. I forgot what it's called.
If only there was a device where we could look things up.
I
wonder.
I'm going to talk about the last thing I read and enjoyed. That's the last thing I brought. You guys know I love buying 1980s stuff that I missed. I picked up these Roach Mill collections.
Oh.
I had no idea what Roach Mill was.
No.
I was aware of the title. In other words, I knew there was a thing called Roach Mill, right? But I had never read it. I didn't know anything about it. And I flipped through. I think I bought an issue or something like that in the cheap boxes. And when I was looking through the artwork, I'm like, man, I really like this art, right?
Yeah, it's Tom McQueenie and somebody.
So I saw these and bought them. Oh my gosh, this is some crazy, nutty, fun stuff. Roach Mill.
It's like the Tick Squared.
It is, yes.
Is that Mad?
So
is that from Mad Magazine or no?
No, it's from this is Dark Horse Comics.
Yeah, but I think they were originally independent before Dark Horse.
I think so. I don't think they collected the volume.
Yeah,
I like the covers. I want to look it up.
I think it might have been. I want to say it was collected by or originally published by one of those weird ones.
One of those.
There were a lot of weird ones.
I know there was a lot of weird ones.
Because the thing is, you think when you first hear about it, you think, oh, this is just one of those dopey parody comics that came out.
Yeah.
Not. It's like
no, it's not. No.
It's a fully formed comic that's fun and original.
And I think
crazy.
I think that might have been why I passed on it all those years ago. But I mean, just look what he got all these artists to do these different versions of Roach Mill for the cover. I mean, look at that. How cool is that?
Out of the box thinking.
Yeah. So yeah, this was something that I read this year and enjoyed very much. Like I said, it's not new, right? This was published in 1988.
Man.
Yeah.
But
it was new to me, so I read it and enjoyed the heck out of it because I
found an article just now, Googling it, that says in 2022, Tom McQueenie details the Kickstarter-backed return of Roach Mill. So maybe it's coming back. Maybe it's coming back. So read it all and then see what the new one is.
Yeah.
McQueenie is still around. He pops up on Facebook every now and then in the comment section of stuff
so
that
we
I
gotta
follow.
check it out on Kickstarter.
And he's still funny.
We'll have to see if we can get him here to do one of our shows.
Yes.
Yeah. Sunday, of course, since we're on Sunday, but
that's right. Screw the rest of you people.
I usually give them the option if they have very limited days.
But we really got to push for Sunday.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Because it's hard coming up with topics.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, my
like
list.
We don't have trouble on Wednesday.
My list has got a lot of mark throughs. I've scratched through a lot of the topics, so I need to add more topics.
Well, that's also your resolutions.
That's right. Yeah, we may do another one of those. Roberta, what do you think? Remember last year we did a series of Roberta says, Tommy says.
If we have anything to say.
That you haven't said already? Or
you got anything to say this year, Roberta?
Hope next year's better.
Oh yeah. It will be.
Well, I'm angry. Can we get into that? I'm happy to talk about that. All right, we'll get into that.
Somebody in California won the $1.2 million.
Oh, I'm
$2
furious.
million.
I'm furious. They won the whole
the
thing.
jackpot's gone.
And
they won the whole thing.
Except for the fact that I couldn't get into town to buy a ticket, so I'm not too upset.
Right.
Man,
it wasn't your neighborhood.
we never buy them, but we actually talked about, let's go get one. That's so much money. Surely
Yeah.
we'll take a chance on that.
The
Now
cash
it's
was
gone?
like 500, over 500 million. So
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
yeah.
It's world changing.
What could we do with 500 million?
Oh, I have a list.
Yeah,
That's,
I was gonna say
too much to even think about.
I have an absolute list.
an absolute list.
Because
I do too. I know there's lots of things.
Because I
wanna
believe,
do.
again, what I believe is that $500 million is a crap load of money.
Yes.
And I don't need all that money.
No.
And so I'm a big believer in sort of raising the boats.
Me too.
And so I would basically pass around like 400 million of it to people I know to give them a better life.
Yeah.
I would keep 100 million because I'm still a greedy pig.
Right.
But 400 million is going to go right out the door.
I mean, 100 million. That's still a lot of money.
I figure put it in the bank and live off the interest.
Yeah.
I mean, think about how much that is. Just the interest.
Think how many white tigers I can buy.
Here is a topic for a future show. What grinds Tom's gears?
Here's what pisses me off. Actually,
I will write that down. That'll be a good one.
That's a pretty good one.
We'll give Tom a couple of weeks.
For you there.
Yeah, give me a heads up. I'm gonna need to write because it'll be a long show and I'm gonna have to self-edit.
Do it a two-parter.
It's my Lord of the Rings.
So
trilogy.
instead of your New Year's resolutions, you should write your New Year's grapes.
That's right.
Just like that.
Berta, it's going to be a better year. 2025 is going to be
so.
a better year.
And one of the things I would do is I would start my own comic book company, and I wouldn't care if I made a profit because I have $500 million.
Right.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I know
you can just make comics.
And I don't know about the rest of you guys and ladies, but I've met tons of people over the years who have comic book ideas that can't get any traction with. Like they can't find a publisher, they can't find anything. It's like, okay, I will be your benefactor because solely because I like the work and I have $400 million.
You know,
you have a lot of reading to do, Dom.
Yeah. This is one of the reasons I really like.
No, I'll be coming.
You're like, what?
Tundra. This is one of the reasons I liked Tundra because that's what what's his name?
Eastman Laird.
That's it was only one. It was only one of them, wasn't it?
No, I think initially it was both of them, and then because that was their
because they had so much money, they needed a tax write-off, so they started Tundra.
Well, that's one of the things I like. There was originally a thing called the Xeric grant, which is the RIC.
Whatever happened to that?
Which was I think they folded it up because it's a lot of work. But I think they were giving independent creators. You would submit, and then they would grant you like $5,000,
right?
With no strings attached. But you had to accept. You had to make your comic book.
Yeah,
you couldn't just go to Vegas or whatever. And
it wasn't a lot of money, but I thought it was a great thing for independent creators.
It would get you over the hump, and so that would be the thing. So there'd be three things: start my own comic book company, so I could publish all these people whose work I like and hold dear. And two would be a form of publishing grants for people who could apply.
Absolutely.
And the third would be for the Hero Initiative, so that old people who got screwed over by the system don't have to live in poverty.
Yeah.
Is 500 million enough?
Yeah.
Right.
Jawbone, you know what I'm saying?
Boy said New Year's gripes. I love that.
Yeah, New Year's gripes.
And Geekman says to actually be able to afford to pay an artist. Yeah, I'm down for that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, because some of these graphic novels like this, I mean, this easily takes a year to make.
Yeah.
What are you gonna live on?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It takes a while to make stuff.
Yeah.
But so many people, and we know we've talked about this before. So many people just think, oh, the comic book fairy showed up, and look what I have, right? Mm-hmm. But then you're like, look at all these pages, and of course this one's in black and white, but most of them are in color, and it's like, well, there's a lot of people that had to work on that, and it took them a lot of time.
We used to have this conversation all the time at the office. It's like, well, the first issue takes 5 months because you got to set everything up.
Yep.
And then it comes out every 28 days.
That's right.
But you need those first 5 months to get all the players lined up and get everything in the right order so that it can run.
And not only that, they're still doing it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's crazy the amount of stupid people you have to talk to.
Oh my goodness. It's crazy the amount of stupid people that are still around.
It's crazy. It's crazy that stupid people have most of the money.
Yes, it
That's
is.
crazy.
Oh
And
my God.
you have to dance hard to get some of that money.
Yes, we do. Yes, you do. What is today? Okay.
By the way, it's nice to see Rob Davis and David Rios again.
It is.
I know.
Yeah. Thank you
Even
guys.
though we've both been pretty quiet compared to the rest of you.
Well, that makes you a good guest because I can't shut up. So it's important that I have some time.
Well,
Hey.
I get to throw a barb in every now and then. Yeah.
You know, hey Rob, you know how we quieten Tom down?
Put him to sleep.
Remove him.
Take him off the stage. Take him
Just
off the
kidding.
stage.
Just kidding, Tom.
I said, there's my New Year's grape right there.
Tom's like, I don't like that Roland has the button.
I don't listen, don't give me the button.
Well,
all right.
You were
Yes.
talking about how it takes a long time to do comics. Here's why.
Oh, look at
Wow.
that. Look
at
at
that
that.
No,
Oh my
it's good.
goodness.
What is
Wow.
that? What is that from?
That's from Boston Bombers.
Oh my goodness.
That's
The one I'm working
That
on
you
with
and
R.A. John,
Fortier?
with
That was
Ron
awesome.
Fortier. I mean,
Wow.
I'm trying to set the scene here, and
Look at all those
Wow.
details.
That's
So,
gorgeous.
yeah.
So let me just say
I
this.
pencil and ink and letter it. So
Let me
you
just
know.
ask you this: are you insane? That's
Yes.
Jeff Barrow level of work. That's
yes,
That's
I
awesome.
am insane.
yeah.
But,
Okay.
Yeah, but that takes a while to do that.
Yeah.
Geek Man says, wow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Understatement.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
a comic
it's
book is
amazing.
24 pages, and if it's 28 days in a month or 30 days in a month or whatever, if you want to take a day off on the weekend or whatever, you're basically working at a 1.25 pages a day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
a ton of work.
yeah, Jack Kirby could crank out multiple pages a day.
Right.
I think at his height he was doing like 10, but that's penciling
lot.
only.
Yes.
But it was just flowing out of him at that point.
Yeah.
But if you want to do a detailed page like that, of course I do a lot of searching on Google, putting it on the Lightbox, and Tracy.
Right.
Just to get all the details in.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but it still takes time.
The weird thing about Kirby pulling out of his own head like that is that he was working with made up worlds too. So
Yeah.
he didn't have to go to the library and look things up. He
No.
could just
Well, and from what I understand, it was things that like when he would draw Osgard, he was looking at stuff in his house.
Right.
Like he had a bunch of appliances sitting around, and he'd use those.
The Rainbow
as,
Bridge was his yardstick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just crazy stuff like that. He used as inspiration.
Yeah.
But so he's pulling stuff out of the air.
That's cool.
Incredible the things he came up with.
Jawbone says, I feel every good artist has to have some level of insanity to prosper.
That's awesome.
I think that applies to
Awesome.
writers too, though. I think it's
so
Yes.
too.
There's this little tiny distance between genius and insanity.
That's
Right.
Artistic
Very-
genius and insanity. It's probably
right.
thinner than a
It's a
human hair.
fine, fine line. Pop says, this is a festive show. It must be the hat. Well, y'all, we have hairline thin. My hairline is not thin. Thank you very much. I still have my hair.
You
Oh,
still
that's
got
right.
your hairs.
That's
See?
right. I've still got all mine too. It's in a
I'm-
jar.
I'm losing my
just-
hair like I drank from a false grail.
I just have my elf hat on today. Well, unless you guys have anything else to add, we've reached the end of our time. Anybody want to say anything? I'll go over the calendar, but
I just want to say happy
Yeah.
holidays and a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year
Yes.
to all the
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
you
all the
celebrate.
people
Very
That's
out
nice.
there.
This is in previews.
That's right.
In
Mhm.
January.
That's number 3, isn't
How
it?
exciting.
Yes, number
right.
3.
All right.
Order it now. Tell your
Yep.
retailer to put a copy for you and a copy on the shelves.
Yep.
Tell them if
And
they don't
yep.
sell it, you'll buy it so that they're not stuck with it. Get them to know who we are.
I'll come to each and every store and buy up all the copies of
That's
Don't Stop.
right.
That's my New Year's pledge to you.
I'm going to clip that,
After
Tom.
you win the lottery.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm an insane liar.
Well, let's see here. There's no show on Tuesday because that's New Year's Eve, and then there's no show on Wednesday because that's New Year's Day. We, however, will be back.
Yes.
Next Sunday, which is January the 5th. And that's a Happy New Year 2025. We're going to talk about, it's going to be a little loosey-goosey as well. Probably not as loosey-goosey as tonight. But Geekman says, I want Twilight Grim. Geekman?
Previews.
Go to your comic shop. Demand it from your comic shop.
Yep.
But next week, we're going to talk about.
So it is next year.
It is next year, by the way.
It is next year. That's right.
Next year, we're going to be talking about.
We'll be talking about the things that what we want 2025 to happen for us personally, individually, as writers, as artists. Yeah. So we're going to hopefully talk about some projects that we think we're going to come to light in 2025. So
wow.
We're going to have a grand old time next Sunday.
I better get
next year
then.
That's right. Oh yeah, that's the. So when I said when my son left to go to Ohio, because he's not coming back from Ohio until Friday, and so when my son left, I gave him, because I knew what he was going to do, I gave him a big hug and I said, "Well, I'll see you next year, buddy." He looked at me like, "Next year?" He goes, "Oh, why do you got to be such a dad?"
Yeah, why not?
Why do you have to be such a son?
That's right. You can appreciate my dad jokes.
That's right.
All right.
Because here's the thing: if he's engaged and he's going to be married, maybe they'll have kids. He won't realize it, but there'll come a day when he says, "Damn, that's one of my dad's jokes."
That's right.
It's going to hit him like a door in the face. It's just going to.
That's right. So, all right. So thanks, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe, thumbs up, poke the button, notifications. If you will, share this out to tell all your friends, get them to come over and start poking all the buttons for us. Until next week, remember to make mine Silverline. Good night, everyone.
Hi, I'm Greg Horn. Make mine Silverline.